In this tutorial, I'm going to walk you through the process of adding manually created course groups to your already created instructional groupings. So I'm going to go from my course page, I'm going to go to More, Course Groups. Now, I am not in a scheduled course. This is not a true instructional course. So within your course, you probably have the programmatically added course grouping that comes with your students being programmatically assigned to you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Create, which is the same thing that you would do. I'm going to create, and maybe I'm going to do Literature Circle 1. And maybe I'm going to call them Ravens. I'm just going to start with one of my groups. I'm going to say Next. And now I'm going to be able to select, well, which students are actually part of that group. So maybe Martha, Hayden, and Andrea are part of that group. Okay, and now I'm going to go back to groups. And I'm going to create another group, and maybe this is, let's circle, and I'll change it to 2, and maybe this one is Eagles, and then I could say Alyssa, Aiden, Lara are all part of that group. Okay, now notice that I also have the ability to add subgroups within here. So if you within that specific literature circle, if you wanted to break down even further, you have that capability as well. So now I'm going to go back to my course groups, and now I have several groups, and I can see the number of participants within each group. Students can be part of more than one group. So maybe I'm doing literature circles right now, and then in a little while they're going to continue with their literature circles, but maybe I'm going to do another project where I'm going to have them be working in table groups, so I can have simultaneous groupings happening all at the same time within my same course. Now what's unique about this is that then what I have the ability to do is I can permission specific resources within my course to be visible or editable by these particular groups. So I'm going to go into my resources, or actually I'm going to go into my plans, and I'm going to look at these specific pages here for this Native American project. And so maybe I want my Literature Circle 1, the Ravens, to see the Shawnee page. So I'm going to come into this page, and I'm going to change my permissions to who can actually view this element. And so I only want Literature Circle 1 to be able to view. I'm actually going to take away these permissions from before. I only want my Ravens to see this page. Okay, and I'm going to select Save. Okay. And then I'm going to go back to my plans, and I'm going to now go to my Susquehannocks page, and this time I'm going to remove permissions from before. This time I only want my Eagles to be able to see this page. So this is a really good way to differentiate, because if I go back in, only those 3 students that are assigned, or those 3 students that I want to see the Shawnee page, are going to see that. Nobody else is going to see that page. So that's a really good way to differentiate the content for students, that nobody's going to know that I'm seeing the Shawnee page and I'm not seeing the Susquehannocks page, depending on the grouping. So that's a really nice way to be able to add permissions to differentiate content for students, because I could permission something for one group that I'm not permissioning for another.